social contract? Yes. And can you now relate Thomas Hobbes? Yes. Okay. And have you heard the name John Locke? Yes. Now highlight three schemes of Government of India which run on the principles of Hobbes, Locke, and Webber. Okay, if you want to analyze the war going on, so what are advantages that accrue to India from this particular war that's going on right now?
Watch the Hollywood web series. Okay, what idea, what suggestion? Okay, you should suggest to the Indian web series to make such kind of the beautiful web series.
How are you, Rajesh? Rajesh, provide some interesting information about yourself which is not covered in this data.
Sir, I am currently in Indian Revenue Service, and based on my last year UPSC, I got selected there. And regarding my personality trait, I am a hardworking person, and I have worked in Maruti Suzuki, and there I have shown some leadership skills too, sir.
Okay, when you were working for Maruti Suzuki, what kind of corporate experience you gained? And how can we use that experience into administration?
Sir, the experience at Maruti Suzuki was really different from Indian work culture. Like in Maruti Suzuki, there is prevalence of open office work culture, so that reduces the time in decision making, because all the subordinates and the seniors are sitting at the same place. So when file movements takes place, you can easily make people accountable. And the second thing they follow very nicely is a approach called 5S, in which they focus on putting right thing at the right place. Even if we talk about a pen, that should be at the right place, and that itself increases the efficiency in long run. And the third thing they focus on is on Kaizen. They go for a small improvement which is possible and feasible. So these things can also be used in administration to increase the efficiency.
What is the total turnover of Maruti Suzuki?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall right now.
Okay, can you name three other partnerships which are like Maruti Suzuki? One, I'll help you. Hero Honda.
So one is Hero Honda, and sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall right now.
Okay, Suzuki. Does this company also take part in F1 race?
It does not take part in the.
Okay. Rajesh, you come from Jehanabad. How this district got its name?
Sir, during 17th century, there was a famine which took place in Jehanabad, and the daughter of Shahjahan, who was named Janhara, set up a granary there. So that was helped to tackle the famine there, and based on her, the name Jehanabad has been derived.
Okay. Your optional subject is public administration, but your stream at the graduation level was engineering. Yes, it's mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering, if I can recollect, it is also one of the subjects in the list of optional subjects. Yes. Why did you choose public administration and not mechanical engineering?
Sir, there are 2-3 reasons responsible for this. First is my interest in this subject, and second is availability of study material in this subject, and also there is a lot of commonality between my optional and my GS, so it will help in my other subject preparation too, sir.
It was a decision taken purely from the exam point of view. Yes. Okay. Good. Are you aware about Max Weber? Have you encountered Thomas Hobbes? Thomas Hobbes? Thomas Hobbes?
Yes, sir, it's a political science thinker.
He has nothing to do with administration.
I'm not able to recall his contribution.
About social contract. Yes. And can you now relate Thomas Hobbes? Yes. Okay. And have you heard the name John Locke? Yes. Now highlight three schemes of Government of India which run on the principles of Hobbes, Locke, and Webber.
Sir, Sir, based on waiver, there are many schemes run like uh, waiver talked about mainly administration. So, ideal bureaucratic model, and based on a lot of things is run like civil services conduct rules itself is based on waiver in principle.
Government of India schemes. Okay.
So, waiver also talked about training and recruitment. And regarding training, the government of India has recently launched Karma Yogi, Mission Karma Yogi. And regarding, sir, uh, he also talked about centralization in civil services, and government is currently trying to decentralize everything. So I'm not able to relate.
I heard about lateral entry
Yes, sir, lateral entry. But
based programs.
sir, the very idea of tax, that is Income Tax Act, is based on the social contract.
Legislation again. I'm asking you programs. What about the liberal outlook based program?
They do not like National Food Security Act, pensions like Pradhan Mantri Man Dhan Yojana, PM Kisan Yojana, that is also based on some contract. So financial literacy means giving education to citizen about the uh, insurance, pensions, digital schemes which we are running. So providing uh, awareness to citizen is called financial literacy.
I was going through your section of the DAP where you mentioned your hobbies and interests. And one thing that has attracted my notice is you like following world affairs. What kind of affairs are you following these days?
It is most of it is mostly regarding Russia, Ukraine.
Russia.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me something about the just war theory. JUST. Just war theory.
I can make a guess. Like this is a concept which talks that for larger interest, war is necessary in certain situation. This is called just war theory.
And who is the proponent of this theory? Operation Ganga. It was recently in news.
It was a operation to bring uh, the people which were in Ukraine to India.
To India.
Most likely during COVID crisis.
Operation Ganga. Are you sure?
No, sir, I'm not sure.
Since you have mentioned COVID, recently WHO has published a report, and there has been some inconsistency between that report and the claims of Government of India. What is the issue? Do you have any idea?
Sir, according to WHO, the total death in India due to COVID is 47 lakhs, and according to our government data, it is around 4 lakhs. So there is a lot of debate going on that which side is right and which side is wrong.
What do you feel?
I think government of India stand is right, because according to our director in AIMS also, he has said that the death in India is less. And also I was hearing a statement from Bill Gates, and according to him, the death rate in developed country was more compared to India. So this data, this statement points toward the fact that COVID management in India was really good, and the extrapolation, the mathematical extrapolation which WHO has done is not correct.
Rajesh, you must be aware about the recent stance taken by Supreme Court of India, Honorable Supreme Court of India, regarding COVID vaccine. Are you aware about it?
So the stance was, if people is not willing to take vaccine, then they should not be forced to do that.
What kind of rights are violated? Use the Indian Constitution for reference.
It is violating Article 21 of the Constitution, which talks about right to life and liberty, and also Article 19, which talks about freedom.
Rajesh, Do you cook? Yes. What kind of food you make?
Sir, recently during COVID, I have learned cooking, and I can cook chawal, dal, sabzi.
How many types of dal can you make?
I currently making two types of dal only, sir. One is
What is the price of the yellow dal per kg now?
it's around 80 rupees per kg.
80 rupees per kg. Yes. Are you sure? Yeah. Suppose a child is suffering from malnourishment. Suggest 3 items that you can feed the child.
Sir, if the child is very infant, then he, he should be given mother's milk, that is very nutritious. And second, we can go for biofortified rice, uh, and accordingly we can biofortify that food, rice, even wheat, with the nutrients from which he is suffering from. Yes.
And what else?
Also, sir, Government of India under Poshan Abhiyan has started distribution of IFC, iron folic acid. If there is deficiency of iron, then that can also be suggested.
What is ma?
Uh, Sir, it is a scheme for infant children. Mother affection. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, go on.
So it talks about the basic aim of this ma is to create a organic bond between the children and the mother.
Any relationship between that program and today?
Today,
Yes.
sorry, sir, I'm not able.
What is being celebrated worldwide today?
Sir, today is Mother's Day, sir. Sorry, sir.
What kind of lessons have you learned from your
Mother. Sir, my mother is housemaker, and there are some values which I have learned. Like she is really hardworking. She works in field also, as my father is a farmer and I belong to farming community. And besides her hardworking nature, I learned a concept of efficiency from her. Like with minimum resources, she taught me how to gain maximum. So these are the two things I've learned from my mother.
Okay. Suppose, let us imagine a situation that you have cracked the examination, you have entered into the prestigious Indian Administrative Services. Now you are posted as a district collector in one of the districts of the country. That district faces severe water shortage. There is an acute water crisis, drinking water crisis in that district, and the government lacked funds. How would you ameliorate the situation? Suggest 3 ways, and keep in mind that they should be innovative.
Sir, firstly, we can spread awareness regarding how to use less water. Like we can spread awareness in the society that in some household tabs you can put sensor, and from that sensor you can regulate the amount of water that is coming, and if there is no need of water, then that sensor will automatically stop water coming from the tap. Second is we can you make use of the NGOs and self-help groups. They can, those NGOs who are working in this direction can be motivated to work in this direction, like creation of watershed management, water harvesting structures that can be created. And similarly, as done by our waterman Rajendra Singh, they took people participation into account, and through people participation, a lot of water saving structures were created. So that can also be done.
Presently serving into the Indian Revenue Services?
Yes, sir. And I'm currently on US. I'm not joined.
Okay, why the tax to GDP ratio in India is abysmally low?
Sir, one of the reason is uh, according to 2011 census, and the poverty rate in India is 22%. So those people are directly out of the tax net. Similarly, there are a lot of tax loopholes in our law. So like farmers are not taxed, and that mechanism is used by many tax eligible taxpayers to for tax evasion. So that is also a problem, sir. And also our minimum tax minimum income for taxing is 2.5 lakhs. So around 70% of our population is directly out of the tax net. So these are some reasons for.
Rajesh, when you get your salary, you are taxed. When you spend, you are taxed. When you save, you are taxed. Are you happy with this system?
This is purely based on the social contract. Like I am giving something for the government and using my fund. Yes, sir. Regarding taxation, sir.
Especially household taxation, individual income tax.
Sir, last economic survey has suggested using behavioral economics to increase our tax. Like the highest taxpayer of a city or a region should be honored. Like if some infrastructure project is going on, then that infrastructure project can be named after that taxpayer. Similarly, some VIP lane can be reserved for highest taxpayer of the nation in at airport. So that can promote a positive behavior for taxation. Similar and other thing, as a from government point of view, we have to use more technology so that there is less cases of tax evasion and there is more integrity, that is lack of corruption in the system. That itself has the potential to increase our tax.
One day, the chief minister of the state calls a meeting, and you are a senior IS officer, and you are invited to that meeting. But due to some personal reasons, you are a bit late to the meeting hall. And once you enter into the meeting hall, the honorable chief minister who is heading the meeting says that no need of attending the meeting and scolds you in front of your juniors. How would you respond?
Sir, as a civil servant, uh, political executive, as you said, CM is our boss. So if even if he has called me in front of my junior, I will not react anything. But later on, I will communicate him my reasons of my absence or late. So that way I will manage things. And regarding juniors, there is a possibility that uh, they might feel that our senior is not sincere. So I will communicate them also my reason, like why I was late, I was late. So I will try to bring transparency on both front, so that both should be aware why I was late.
Rajesh, can you recall an incident in your life where you faced crisis of conscience?
Yes, sir. Actually, uh, in 2011, my mother was seriously ill, and I think that day I broke traffic signal because I have to take her to hospital daily. Uh, yes, sir, two wheeler. So that day I felt like I am breaking the law, but ethically I should break the law. So
Really, you should break that.
ethically at that time it was demand of the time that I think it was moral. Ethics is more about
Society today. Thank you.
yes.
Do you have any idea what the meaning of your name, Rajesh?
Yes, sir. It means Lord of Kings.
There's a lot of meanings.
It is said that Christ was the Lord of the Kings, and also if we relate,
Rajesh is not a Christian name,
it's not a Christian. So Christ is generally referred as Lord of the Kings, and other is the Sultan Khalifa of Ottoman Empire was also considered King of Kings and equivalent to Lord of the Kings.
The day of 16th March, which very famous personality from Indian military, which is date of birth. Date of birth. Any idea about any cricketer who shares the same date of birth as you?
Sorry, sir.
You heard the name of General Vipin Rawat. What was so special about
He was our first CDS, sir.
him? You as earlier,
Uh, our general in army, sir.
what was the designation?
Chief of Defense Staff.
No, you said you were the chief of army. Yes. What was the designation? Chief of army. What is the designation? Yes.
Army General it is called, sir.
Army general's designation.
Equivalent to Secretary of India, sir.
Designation. Was it the chief of air staff or chief of army staff or chief of naval staff? Chief of defense staff. He was appointed chief of defense staff after he relinquished the post of chief of
Army Staff, I think, sir.
You said your father is a farmer. Tell me, should agriculture income be
Sir, taxing agriculture income has many benefits. Like around 15% of Indian farmers are large farmers and they have the ability to pay tax. So it will increase our tax to GDP ratio, sir. Secondly, agriculture as a route is used to evade taxes. So that will lead to prevention of a lot of tax evasion in our country. So that will also increase our tax to GDP ratio, sir. And at last, paying taxes to the government increases the civil consciousness among the citizen, and it will have the same impact on the farmer, sir. So I think it should be taxed, but their slab should be slightly different. They should be according to the season, their productivity. So those factors should be taken account, but on principle they should be taxed.
you did your BTech in 2016 in
Mechanical engineering.
Yes. Thereafter you joined the IAS.
Maruti Suzuki Limited, and I worked there for 2 years. Then as assistant manager, sir. Sir,
Which department?
sir, in Maruti Suzuki there is a department called press shop department. So I worked there. And then in 2020, UPSC exam, I was selected into Indian Revenue Service, Customs and Indirect Tax.
You said you joined the IAS
Sir,
in audit and accounts.
in first iteration, I was allocated to IAAS. Then, but in second iteration, I was upgraded to IRS.
You haven't joined them yet.
I've joined and I'm on UL, sir.
So how are you using your knowledge that you learned and during your BTech in mechanical engineering in the present appointment?
Sir, in the present appointment, sir, mechanical engineering as a stream provides a lot of scientific temper, and in today's time there is a lot of use of technology. We are finding solutions of many problems based on the technology. So that scientific temper can be used in our departments like customs and indirect tax. Like we can use technology in reducing the interaction between tax department and the SSE. So that can be used. Similarly, for our department also work in for countering smuggling and narcotics. These things also deal with. So on border there can be use of technology like comprehensive border management system, which can prevent the smuggling of goods which are prohibited by the government.
How is this going to help you on performance of your duties as an IAS officer?
As an IAS, this can be used in multiple ways. Like in agriculture, there is currently problem of mechanization of agriculture, and mechanical engineering can directly help me there. Similarly, in transportation sector, there is talk about electric vehicle, and similarly a more efficient and more eco-friendly vehicle. So there I can contribute to government in policy formulation with the use of my mechanical engineering knowledge.
Anything else apart from this?
In power sector, there is shift towards hydropower projects, and also talk about increasing the efficiency.
Specifics that you're talking about. Yes. Otherwise, apart from the very, very specifics, you may or may not get an opportunity to particularly to work in that particular department as such. Yes. Generally.
Sir, I believe engineering as a curriculum provides analytical approach towards solving any problem, and right now the time has come to look at each and every problem from analytical perspective, and based on that we can take a decision.
Okay, if you were to analyze the war going on, so what are the advantages that accrue to India from this particular war that's going on right now?
Sir, first of all, India has shown to the world through through this war that it can take a very independent position and remain non-aligned despite of heavy pressure from West and Russia also. Secondly, India is able to purchase cheap oils, which is very necessary for our energy security, uh, and that is happening due to a lot of sanctions that has been put on Russia. Similarly, India can can increase in its agricultural export due to war, like wheat production, which was Ukraine was the major supplier of wheat to the world, and so India can help the world in supplying uh, its wheat to the world and increase
Helping. Which are country?
African countries.
Indian. Such. Uh, can you spell out 3 values that you possess that will help you in your performance of duties as a civil servant?
I think I have a rational approach towards solving any problem. I take decision based on the facts. Secondly, I am a person of hard-working nature. That is a very crucial thing in currently complex kind of bureaucracy. And I possess integrity, sir.
Can you spell out one instance where you have shown that integrity in your actions?
Study only. I was buying cold drink from my shopkeeper, and I paid him 100 rupees, and he thought I paid him 500 rupees. So he returned remaining 410 rupees to me. Then I returned that. It's a case of honesty, sir.
It's an instance of integrity that you have shown.
Can become a case of integrity too. Like integrity is what I think and what I do should be in conformity, and I truly believe that honesty should be there. So it got translated into my action there also, sir.
Rajesh was the first CM of Bihar. See this.
Sri Krishna Singh.
Singh was Shri Krishna Singh. Why do you think I asked you this question?
I'm not aware, sir.
Which place did he belong to?
He belonged to a place called Barbiga, which is a.
So my village name is same as that place, but that is a different.
Okay, that's different.
Yes.
Okay. Where is this located?
This particular is in Jahanabad.
You have a hobby of nature enthusiasm. What is the nature enthusiasm called?
Sir, in simple meaning, it is nature lover. The person who likes to spend more time with nature.
Which element of nature interests you the most?
I think greenery and forest, sir.
What about birds and animals? What are a person What is birds called?
Bird watcher.
The scientific name given?
Or conists. Sorry, sir, I'm not able to.
Yes. And you said you also love forests. What is a forest lover called?
Sorry, sir.
Name of a list. Okay. Can you tell me three challenges of that nature lovers face? Three health advantages of nature.
So currently, the challenges faced by nature lover is they, it has become very difficult to find a very quiet and the place because there is a lot of destruction which is going on. So that is a problem, sir. Second problem I face is I personally face is I find similar kind of people who loves nature. So I want to go with friends, and I don't find any friends who wants to go time and spend time there. So these are some challenges I'm facing, and there are a lot of health benefits, sir.
Three advantages. Three challenges.
Third challenge, as a student, it's not economical for me, and I'm not sometimes able to.
Three health advantages.
One is I got peace there, which I want most, and second, spending more time helps clean. I will be able to get clean air and clean water there. So that is second benefit.
What's health advantage?
Sir, a lot of health disease which occurs are due to lack of due to air pollution, sir. So that is.
What are those? Can you spell out those?
Even sir, the diseases related to heart are mostly due to air pollution, sir.
Heart, organs,
Lungs disease. Sir, even contamination of sorry, sir.
Uh, can you name two poets who have written extensively about nature? English poets.
Sorry, sir.
You are fond of, you also participated when you were winner of quiz contest university level. Which is the highest mountain in the world?
Mount Everest, sir.
That is not the question I wanted to ask you. Which is the highest mountain in India?
Sir, it's K2.
What is Mount Everest called in Nepal?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall right.
Is it got the Nepalese name for Mount Everest? Does it have anything to do with the oceans?
Yes, sir, it has to do with ocean because
The name of the Nepalese name of Mount Everest.
sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall right.
What is the Hindi version of an ocean?
Sagar.
Okay, now can you recollect?
Sagar. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Rajesh.
You earlier spoke that you would take decision on basis of facts, but there is a clear-cut dichotomy when the sir asks you about the questions of WHO statement. In your answer, you mentioned that about the comments of Bill Gates and the AIMS director. Okay, facts. I think it should be different. What are the facts?
Sir, facts are Indian government data. According to Indian government data, it is the death is around 4 lakhs, and it has been, sir, Minister of Home Affairs maintains and the registrar of population maintains deaths and births.
So if you would like to comment on that point of view, okay, whether your comment should be on the data point of view, which is provided by the government of India, which is collected and maintained by the government of India, or whether your comments on the basis of the comments or the interview by the celebrity or whatever the officials or the dignitaries.
Comparing our data points with other country is also a part of the fact.
Earlier told that you will take a decision on the basis of facts. There is it's a clear cut dichotomy. Okay, you speak something different and you act something different.
Sir, I believe a rational decision is not truly based on. Sir, I believe government data.
You like to differ from earlier comments or not? You would like to stick on your comments.
With that comment.
It clearly indicates that you would not like to go on the basis of facts and data. You would only follow the interviews. Am I right?
I will try to collect more facts so that I could reach a very rational conclusion. But right now, I have those two arguments to substantiate my point that what government is saying is more likely as per my limited understanding and limited facts. For making a firm conclusion,
Limited facts or something like that. Facts are facts here in the case because of birth and death registration are done under the appropriate authority in the government of India. That's the government stance. Okay. But your argument is quite different. You understand what? And still you would like to stand on it. However, when you ask about the whether as a government servant you will take a decision, at that time you commented that you will take a decision on the basis of facts. But it's quite different. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's clearly, double meaning of your statement. Okay, and you still want to stand on it?
and I will take a stand based on more after collecting more information on that thing.
Okay. Watching web series based on political drama. Here for me. Means you would like to watch the web series, particularly in political drama. Am I right? Which web series did you watch last?
Sir, I'm currently watching Crown, sir. That is based on UK's Queen Elizabeth II. Yes,
Any other web series? Indian web series?
sir. Mirzapur is based on political drama. If talked about American, it is House of Cards. That is very popular.
हिंदी मतलब बिहार के बारे में क्या कहते हैं?
Sir, in Mirzapur,
बिहार के लड़के या तो
बिहार के लड़के डेट पे नहीं तारीख पे जाते हैं सर. सर IS YS बनो है सर.
या तो कुछ और बनते हैं, ऐसा सुना है? उसमें डायलॉग है सर. तो मिर्जापुर और कौन सी वेब सीरीज देखी है?
I mostly watch Hollywood web series like yes, sir.
The Queen,
Homeland I have watched.
Homeland,
Madam Secretary I have watched.
Madam Secretary. Okay. What do you learn by watching this web series? Indian producer, director, or makers of web series should learn from the Hollywood.
Watching web series based on other country have manifold benefits. it helps me to understand the politics there.
I've already watched the Hollywood web series. Okay, what idea, what suggestion? Okay, you should suggest to the Indian web series to make such kind of the beautiful web series.
Cinematographic experience, I think there is a difference in that, sir. In Hollywood, there is more accurate description, and in Indian web series there is a lot of divergent from the core issues. So I like those web series which talks about certain issue, and that issue should be shown very effectively. So that is cinematographic experience should be good, and that I find lacking in Indian web series. Similarly, sir, Indian web series uh, shows a lot of violence, and there is subtle way of promoting patriarchy in our web series which we find in India. So that should be avoided, sir, because these things have a very significant impact on the society too.
In web series, which is a matriarchal component.
In India, sir, the the recent
Watch this kind of web series.
web series
So that
the recent web series I'm watching is The Crown. That is mostly on the life of Elizabeth II, and that itself helps in reducing patriarchy in the society by telling the world that a woman can also lead.
name the queen of any in Indian history who have done tremendous administration.
Rani of Jhansi was famous. Similarly, the queen of Ahilya Bai, she was famous for.
Yeah, was famous.
I'm not aware about the contributions.
जैसे कि रानी did.
She fought very bravely against the Britishers during 1857 revolt. Sir.
Rajesh, just a couple of questions. After that, we will wind this interaction. If you have to discuss an issue with us, what that issue would be?
I would like to take your opinion on on Russia Ukraine, our stand on Russia and Ukraine. Should we take humanitarian side, or should we just look after national interest in each and every situation? So what stand we should take?
We should maintain a balance between both. But international relation is governed by real politics. If you look at Niccolo Machiavelli or Chanakya's ideology, nation first. That should be our stance. But at the same time, we are signatories to the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So we cannot move away from our responsibilities of protecting human rights all across the world. So we must diplomatically raise the matter of human rights. At the same time, we should not sit in any country's camp. So the last thing that I would like to know from you is, suppose the government of Bihar is designing a scheme which promotes skill development. Now, you have to choose a slogan for that scheme. Can you speak Bhojpuri?
Yes, speak Maghi. Maghi. My part, Maghi is
Maghi. Okay. So, can you make that slogan in Maghi and then explain it in English?
अच्छा से सीखा खूब कमा. It means get a skill and earn.
Thank you, Rajesh. Your interview is over. We will reconnect with you in some time for a feedback.
So I will put myself on 6.
And what went wrong?
Sir, I was not prepared about many things in my DAF. So my interview is on 19th. In between, I'm planning to do all those things.
We must understand here that it's not a test of your knowledge, it's a test of your personality.
Yes, sir.
Right? What is being tested is what kind of values you hold,
Yes.
or what kind of virtues are present in your character. Can you respond during crisis situation? Can you engage with multiple stakeholders? Are you a good negotiator? Can you persuade people? Will you assist in the delivery of social justice, or will you become an impediment in the path of delivery of social justice? Are you inquisitive in nature? Are you a good listener? Are you a good communicator? And if trained, whether you will become an asset or a liability upon the system. Do you understand that? And see, the major idea is to see that if this person walks into the system, will he contribute to nation building or not? You get it? So let me highlight the good things. You're very polite, you're very decent, you have an excellent smile. So try to maintain that. Sometimes I felt that during the latter half of the interview, especially during the fag end of the interview, that smile completely evaporated. And the pitch of the voice also went abysmally low. And when your voice goes down, you can understand people find it hard to comprehend what you're trying to say. And they start making guesses. And if people start making guesses, they can guess anything. You understand that? And that may be detrimental to your cause. So keep that thing in mind. Some of your answers were very good. Uh, Especially, you have not showcased any prejudicial mindset, any kind of political inclination, or stereotypical thought process. So that went in your favor, right? But this is a critical analysis, my friend. So let me highlight those areas, Rajesh, where you need improvements. And I'll start from the very start. As you made the entry, you appeared very confident. You took permission to sit. Everything was fine. You greeted everyone. Everything went well. But I felt that your your hand movements were excessive. Hands were moving a lot. You were not in control of your hands. See, and the head position, your head was tilting towards the right. जैसे हम डे टू डे कॉन्वर्सेशन में दोस्त यारों से बात नहीं करते ऐसे करके वैसे और ये इसलिए हुआ राजेश बिकॉज यू आर सिटिंग इन द एज ऑफ द सीट योर स्पाइनल कॉर्ड शुड टच द बैक ऑफ द सीट you should be at the center of the seat. The distance between your knees should be as much as it is between your shoulders. Your feet should be in line with your knees. Heels closed, toes widely, slightly open. Yes, slightly increase the distance. Increase the distance between your feet. Feet. Yes, a bit more. Yes, this is the way it appears you are in a relaxed position, right? Keep your hands on your knees. That's one way of sitting. In between, you can lock your fingers. But ऐसे बैठे रहोगे तो like factory की कोई product हो, you will appear very mechanical. You understand that? So, in between, I'm saying, it is not. See, you have to look very relaxed. ऐसे बैठ के मैं बात करूँ पूरा 1 घंटा तो कैसा लगेगा? मैकेनिकल वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ लगेगा कि कहीं से इंजेक्ट किया गया है दिमाग में. When you hold your hands like this, keep your fingers locked, right, and tightly. Otherwise, you'll start playing with your fingers. Don't do that. Clear? In between, you can sit, say, 70% of the time you sit like this, sometimes you sit like this. You can make some small gestures of the hand, but the hand, it should not be excessive hand movements. You get this? And I felt that you were doing these kind of hand movements when you were trying to explain few points, right? Then I felt that are you keeping a pen in your pocket? You were at that time. Yes. Try to avoid that. Clear? Then you were not listening to the question very carefully. I'll give you several instances. Once I asked you, I give you few names, right? Max Weber, John Locke, Thomas Hobbes, and I asked, find out government of India schemes. We started talking about laws, institutions. You understand that I had to interject in between. Again, uh, when it was asked to you that what Indian directors can learn from the foreign filmmakers or web series makers, again you went on a tangent. You were not addressing the question.
Two questions were asked. first part of the question was what we can learn from the thing, and the second part was that what Indian actor can learn. So I was addressing the first part of the question, then I was about to come on the second part.
We can learn means
I-
not we as society can learn. That's what I'm saying. We're not comprehending the question properly. Then, sir asked you 3 challenges that you would face as a nature enthusiast. You stopped at 2. And I also asked you if there is water scarce thing. The 3 challenges you stopped at 2. I had to remind you. And what is the third one? Means you're not keeping track of the question. And that happened, Rajesh, because you were saying one point and then explaining it. Just throw 3 points on the table first, right? And then you may say that if you want to elaborate, you say, sir, if you permit, I can elaborate. Why I have highlighted these points. And if they're not interested, they get the message. Otherwise, there will be lesser number of questions in your interview. And the lesser the number of questions, lesser is the opportunity to understand your personality. More varied the nature of questions, greater is the possibility that different aspects of your personality will come up. Right? Then I asked you one question, situation-based question, where I said that the Honorable Chief Minister has scolded you. आपने क्या कहा पता है? कि मैं माफी मांगूंगा उनसे जाकर अपना पॉइंट बताऊंगा अपने जूनियर्स को भी बताऊंगा कि उन पर खराब इंप्रेशन ना पड़े. अरे पब्लिक ड्यूटी कहाँ गई? मीटिंग में क्या हुआ? वो तो पूछोगे. तुम्हें बाहर जाने को कहा है. तो ये तो ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे you are more concerned about your image rather than your duty. You try to find out what about your inputs. कुछ तैयारी की होगी ना मीटिंग के लिए. नहीं आ पाए, ठीक है, हो सकता है. पर्सनल इश्यूज हो जाते हैं. Yes, I try to meet the chief minister. I'll take the minutes of the meeting from my juniors. It's not about your protection of your image. Rather than, see, your primary duty is what? Your public duty, dedication to public services. आपने वो चीज हटा दिया बिल्कुल. Question, ठीक है. आपको पूछा मैंने इंटरनेशनल अफेयर्स आप फॉलो कर रहे हैं. बोला हाँ, वो मेरा आपकी हॉबी भी है. I asked you which affair you are following now. You said Russia-Ukraine war. And I asked you Operation Ganga. आप उसमें कंफ्यूज हो गए. है ही वो जो आपने बताया था पहले. फिर आप कोविड में आ गए. तो ये हॉबी का क्वेश्चन है. Hobby is something which you passionately follow. It means you are not aware about your own personality. Let me tell you one more thing. Nature, enthusiast, there also you need more preparation. Web series, there also you need more preparation. You know the names of the web series, but you are not comprehending questions properly. And in this international affairs also. मतलब आपके hobby related सारे questions में आपने बहुत अच्छा perform नहीं किया. Do you get it? You need to improve that. Meaning of your name. आप कभी क्राइस्ट बताने लगे, कभी खलीफा बताने लगे, मीनिंग पूछा गया आपके नाम का, ठीक है? And it's an Indian name, and the meaning should be more in the Indian context. And these are secondary references which you can do. You made them primary. Do you understand that? Now find out the root word.
Raja plus is
Huh?
that Raja.
So you try to relate to that, right? And no need of saying now. Christ is also known as Prince of Peace. He's known as King of Kings. Do you understand that? And the date of birth, you need to improve there as well. Because see that if you fail on facts, no harm. But if you fail on the data, then it will be a problem. Once you said, I'm not able to recall right now, but you never said that, sir, I'll definitely go back and check. और हर बार आप यही बोल रहे थे, नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल. ऐसा लग रहा था सब पढ़ के आए, कुछ रिकॉल नहीं कर पा रहे. स्टेटमेंट चेंज करो, बोलो, सर प्रेजेंटली आई एम नॉट अवेयर. आई डेफिनेटली रीड. सर आई एम नॉट अवेयर. हर बार ये मत बोलो दैट आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल, आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल. इससे लगता है दैट यू नो एवरीथिंग. यू गेट इट? जब आपसे पूछा गया व्हाट आर द वैल्यूज दैट यू होल्ड वेरी डियर, सो यू सेड आई थिंक आई हैव रैशनल अप्रोच. You think means you're not sure. You have rational approach. Cut the word I think, I feel. ना use कर. क्या बोलोगे? I believe. To my limited knowledge. These are formal words rather than I think, I feel. ये तो feel मतलब emotion based. Think मतलब not sure. You get it? So these are the things here I feel that you need to improve. I'll again reiterate. First is You need to improve on your body gesture, and you need to understand the question very well. Try to understand the underlying message in the question. Every question that is thrown at you is thrown with the purpose of understanding your personality, not your knowledge. You understand that? आपने वो आंसर बहुत अच्छा किया था, मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग को कैसे आप यूज करोगे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में, वहां पे आपने दिमाग लगा, ऐसा ही कुछ चाहते थे, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वो हुआ नहीं. एंड डियर, what was a big disappointment was you have not shaved today. This is a full dress rehearsal. Even the soldiers, they do full dress rehearsal. They drill every day, yet they do full dress rehearsal before they go into that 26th January parade. You need to keep track of it. You need to wear the same attire the day of interview. Same suit. Okay, can you just show me your socks? Socks are expensive. So it has to be a formal sock, plain sock, without any kind of print on it. So this is my feedback. Other members will add what they have to say. And finally, you can ask your question, then I'll disclose it.
Rajesh, apart from the fact that you had not shaved, your hair looked very unkempt. When is the interview plan?
It's on 19th one, then maybe
Yes, it should be at least 5 6 days before the interview. But make sure that you have a decent haircut and the hair should be well dressed when you go. Giving a very, very casual look. See, the moment you make an entry into the room, 7 seconds is all it takes for the first impression to register. First 7 seconds में मेरे को break हो जाता है. ठीक है? So please make sure that you want the shirt pocket में कभी भी पेन नहीं रखा जाता है. पेन कहाँ रखोगे? रखोगे कहाँ रखोगे? कोट के inside pocket में. Okay, not in the shirt pocket. Shirt pocket में कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए. ना ही कोट के pocket में कुछ होना चाहिए. See, I had a little problem with your head movement. The head movement was excessive. Your head was moving like this, like this, like this. Whatever. The head movement comes through because it's unnecessary, attracting attention. When head movement is attracting attention, the concentration of your answer is being lost. And you will lose out. When the concentration of your answer is being lost, तो क्या होगा? You will presume क्या होगा? If I say मुझे समझ में नहीं आया to myself and I give you the wrong marks, can you question me? Then loser. What? When you were thinking, you were looking all around. Don't do that. When you are thinking, देखो, thinking में क्या है कि number one, when you are asked a question, don't jump into the answer immediately. Take a few seconds to collect your thoughts. 2-3 सेकंड के बाद अपना आंसर करना शुरू करें. उसमें क्या होगा कि number one, you will be able to collect your thoughts. Number two, by chance, if the panelist wants to add some supplementary question to his question that he has already asked, so he will get time. You will also get time. So wait for 2-3 seconds. Number one. Number two, if you have to think about an answer, don't just go into that mode of thinking. What's wrong? Contemplating an answer. Imagining an answer. Creating an answer. Just take permission, number one. If you're going to be taking more than 6, 7, 8 seconds, say if you can have a few moments to think, please. A few seconds to think. Then just lower your gaze, but not your head. Just lower your gaze. Look at the person who is asking the question. Just lower your gaze. If you're looking in the eye, just lower your gaze. Think after taking permission, and then look up and answer. See, that's the right way of doing it. Then your eye contact also I feel more. In an interview of this nature, it is essential that because from you, why are we doing all this? Because expectations from you are going to be higher. You're already in the services. Isn't it? the expectations are going to be much higher. So if you falter for every error that you make, others will lose 1 mark, you will lose 2 marks. तो आई कंटेंट में क्या करना है आपको? You ask the question, you can ask the question, you answer it. Look at all the people. Primarily, the focus people are supposed to ask the question. 70 to 80% time mark देते हैं. But अब 20% तो बाकी लोगों को भी देते हैं. Knowledge of name. Right, I had to correct you. I had to ask you. Rajesh, you said Lord of Kings. Yes, it is the Lord of Kings. I agree. But which god? Lord Indra is called the Lord of Kings. भूल गए? हाँ. So how can Rajesh be the name of Christ or Khalifa?
Searching something on Google for which one is related to a lot of things.
Guess करो ना. King of Kings किसको बोलते हैं? Lord of Kings किसको बोलते हैं? ठीक इतने वर्ड को उसको गूगल करोगे आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा. लॉर्ड इंद्र. ठीक है. ये चीज तुझे असल में आपको थोड़ा सा जरा नॉलेज प्रोसेस करना पड़ेगा. नेक्स्ट से स्माइल आपका स्टार्टिंग में था, बाद में गायब हो गया. ये को वेरी क्लियर इंडिकेशन यू आर लूजिंग कॉन्फिडेंस. मेंटेन योर स्माइल. ठीक है. आपने जैसे बताया कि आपको यू हैव अ गुड स्माइल. व्हाई नॉट यूज इट? क्या होगा स्माइल करोगे तो? Yes, you spread happiness, positivity in the room. And when you spread cheer, तो क्या होगा? Word cheer नहीं easy to जाएंगे. ठीक है? Remember that. So even if you get जैसे कहते हैं you get overawed by the question, even then don't lose your smile. And one good thing was whenever you were given new information, you thank the panelists, but I think on one instance or maybe one instance you did not go. Look out for an opportunity to thank the panelists. It just shows how humble you are. It shows you humility. Then agricultural income का taxing का पैसा जवाब दिया. Benefits to the economy, Indian economy, Russia, Ukraine war का you gave a good answer. Knowledge of engineering का जो आपने था, you gave the answer in two parts. The first part was superfluous. It was not required. Second part was the meat of the answer. My analytical skills. That is the process, that is the thought you have to take for. What you're talking about, my mechanical, बहुत छोटा element है. You will not get a lifetime chance to use your duties. No, that is not the answer. It is your analytical skills, your scientific temper, your problem-solving skills. That is what is more important. I have learned, I have gained this experience, and that is going to be of great use. The second part should be the only part. पहले part को ठीक है. और आंसर को जितना छोटा रखोगे, उतना अच्छा रहेगा आपके लिए. Because more questions, more elements will open up, more information the panelists will have, more marks you will get. Right? All the very best, Rajesh. And I'm sure you're going to be making this. Don't let this opportunity go waste.
Rajesh, most of the points have been covered. You tell me why you would like to stick on your stand. Why you would like to stick on your stand about this?
Civil servant analytical perspective or rational decision is expected, sir.
You understand? That is a clear cut dichotomy. आपने ये कहा कि भाई बिल गेट्स ने ये कहा है, एम्स के डायरेक्टर ने ये कहा है, ठीक है. हमारा अच्छा 4 लाख का मतलब जो डेटा है उस हिसाब से तो मैं मानता हूँ कि ये है. उसके पहले आपने कहा कि you will take a decision on the basis of facts. Whether you consider a AIMS director and the Bill Gates interview as consider as a fact. फिर भी आप बोल रहे थे नहीं, मैं तो उसी पे स्टिक हूँ.
The reasoning was not. The stance was right.
Hmm.
The reasoning was.
See, it happens once the time you when you clearly indicated that okay, you made some mistake, please accept it. या तो बताइए कि yes sir, yes, I will also follow on to this fact, but I would like to highlight this point also as well. But what is the significance of comment of the Bill Gates? He's a businessman. उसके कहने से क्या फर्क पड़ता है, समझ रहे हो आप? अच्छा अच्छा, मानिए कि किसी मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट या किसी लेमैन ने वहां पे बोला हो अमेरिका में, किसी बिजनेसमैन ने, ठीक है, तो क्या भारत सरकार उसकी नॉलेज लेगी? WHO ने नहीं बोला होता तो किसी ने बोला होता तो भारत सरकार उसको क्या मतलब संज्ञान लेती उसका? नहीं लेती या नहीं लेती? और फिर WHO तक इंटरनेशनल बॉडी है, दैट्स द पॉइंट। ठीक है, तो हमारी भी बॉडी है, इसके बाद डेटा है, समझ रहे हो? आप तो किसी और का बात कर रहे हो, दैट्स नॉट करेक्ट थिंग। You are in India to audit and account, so now in you are in the revenue service. ऑडिट वाला रेवेन्यू का काम करेगा, रेवेन्यू वाला ऑडिट का काम करेगा, ठीक है। एम्स अगर कितनी कोविड में एम्स के डायरेक्टर ने कॉन्फ्रेंस की थी या जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ ने कॉन्फ्रेंस की सारी का हाँ, वो तो एक सिस्टम है ना, आप सिस्टम को समझना नहीं चाह रहे हो और अपना ही मतलब लगा रहे हो। उसके बावजूद जब मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ कि विल यू स्टिक ऑन स्टैंड, आपको तभी डिफर कर देना चाहिए ना, तो आप फिर भी मना नहीं कर रहे।
लेकिन आप मेरा नाम सुमन प्रकाश है,
कन्फ्रंटेशन
बाड़मेर जिले का रहने वाला हूँ। जीतना है राजेश। मेरी प्राथमिक शिक्षा मेरे गांव में ही हुई है। मैंने ग्रेजुएशन में बीटेक किया है।
अदरवाइज यू हैव एक्सीलेंट
है
वेब सीरीज में भी वही था,
गाना और
वेब
मेडिटेशन।
सीरीज में सी if you have some hobby, it is expected that you can learn something from your hobby. See, you are intellectual person.
मेरे अंदर धैर्य बहुत
Okay, learning some things, you have to transfer this thing to the other thing, other one.
मुझे लगता है कि मेरे
वही तो
अंदर
क्या चीज है ना,
साथ ही साथ
कि आपने कुछ सीखा, किसी और को बताओ,
इंसान
किसी और को समझाओ कि इसका ये बेनिफिट होता है, ये होता है, वो। आपने वेब सीरीज सीखी, कल आप IAS बनो, कोई फिल्म शूटिंग हो रही है आपके वहाँ पे, कोई आ रहे हैं, तो आप उसको गाइड कर सकते हो ना कि मैंने वेब सीरीज देखी है, आपको बनाना, वो बनाना हो तो बना दे, उसकी मर्जी, ना बनाना तो नहीं बना, ठीक है। आप सजेस्ट तो कर सकते हो, फिर अगर उसको सजेशन अच्छा लगा और उसने बना दी और वो मतलब बढ़िया मतलब चल गई तो फिर तो आपका नाम हो जाएगा। समझ रहे हो? तो इसका सिग्निफिकेंस ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं है। तो all the points have been covered and you have a knowledge of many things, but you have to focus about this such kind of matters. You have to also focus about the stands. Okay, your stand on the basis of facts on the government decision. Okay, and you should appreciate this. अगर कल मैं आपको क्या दूं कि UPSC का आपका इंटरव्यू चेंज चेक करोगे ना, ईमेल चेक करोगे, अवसर मिलेगा, ठीक है। कल मैं तुम्हारे किसी का मतलब कहूंगा कि आपको किसी का फेक ईमेल आ गया कि इंटरव्यू कैंसिल हो गया, मान लो फोन करोगे, जरूरत पड़ी तो UPSC जाओगे, यू विल फाइंड द रियल सोर्स, ठीक है। तो इसमें आप कैसे बात कर लोगे कि मैं किसी और का बात मान लूंगा?
राजेश, इंजीनियरिंग वाले क्वेश्चन में दो चीजें और आप ऐड कर सकते हो, जो आपने बोला वो ठीक है। एक आप ये बोल सकते हो, इंजीनियर्स देयर एम इज टू ब्रेक डाउन अ कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लम इनटू सिंपल प्रॉब्लम्स एंड देन डिजाइन डिवाइसेस टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम्स, ठीक है। तो ऐसे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन भी एक कॉम्प्लेक्स अफेयर, इसको सिंपल प्रॉब्लम्स में तोड़कर मैं डिवाइस, क्या डिवाइस हो सकते हैं? एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव टूल्स एंड टेक्निक्स। वो आपके पास देखो, IAS ऑफिसर के पास कुछ डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर्स भी होते हैं, और हर लॉ की लास्ट लाइन यही होती है, दैट रूल मेकिंग पावर हैज बीन डेजिग्नेटेड टू द एग्जीक्यूटिव, और वो एग्जीक्यूटिव मतलब कौन? द परमानेंट एग्जीक्यूटिव। So now you can ask your questions too.
Second, before Rajesh forward, your shirt, कॉलर है शर्ट का, ये लगा जैसे कि ना या अनप्रेस्ड है या पूरा उसमें रिंकल्स दिख रहे हैं कॉलर में आपके, तो
I'm not going to use this.
yes, it is advisable because this is giving a little casual feel. ठीक है, वो शर्ट पे देखो आप प्लीज, और इसी के साथ साथ
इस कोट का शर्ट नहीं लग रहा है,
पैंट और कोट का जो कलर है मुझे डिफरेंस नजर आ रहा है. इट इज नॉट द सेम शू. इट इज विजिबल दिख रहा है. इट इज नाइदर द सेम शू नाइदर इज इट अ कॉम्बिनेशन.
मैं तो कॉम्बिनेशन नहीं पहना है. इसके साथ जो उन्होंने शर्ट सिलाई ना वो और होगी, अलग होगी, है ना, डिफरेंट है.
There is suit which is identical. Let me make put it back there. And throw about yes, you did not know about the CDS. He was the first CDS ever in India. Chief of Defence Staff. He was people up. So happy, I think that was a very big. नहीं but the CDS के बनने के पहले I was उसी में आप अटक गए थे ना.
चीफ ऑफ आर्मी स्टाफ.
Chief of Army Staff.
जनरल कह रहे थे तो डेजिग्नेशन हुआ.
वो उसमें जैसे
General is the rank. The designation is
Chief of Army Staff.
Chief of Army Staff.
कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं आप राजेश?
मैं ऐसा फील कर रहा हूँ मेरा कम्युनिकेशन काफ़ी ज़्यादा अच्छा नहीं है. शॉर्ट टाइम में कुछ तरीका है सर जो
सजेस्ट किया है कि 1-2 सेकंड पे टाइम लीजिए. उससे ज्यादा टाइम अगर आपको लगता है तो परमिशन ले लीजिए. क्वांटिफाई मत करिएगा. सर कैन आई हैव 5 सेकंड्स, 10 सेकंड्स, कैन आई हैव फ्यू सेकंड्स, कैन आई हैव अ मोमेंट. यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? तो वो ज्यादा अच्छा होगा. एंड देन स्पीक स्लोली. तो उससे आपको टाइम मिलेगा. आप सोचोगे और बोलोगे साथ साथ साइमल्टेनियसली, वहां पे इशू. ठीक है. तो लास्ट टाइम क्या था स्कूल?
71 सर.
तो आज तो खैर बहुत सारे गड़बड़ हो गई. सो बेस्ड ऑन टुडेस परफॉर्मेंस वी हैव अवॉर्डेड यू 160. बट राजेश लेट मी टेल यू, अगर ये गलतियां, जैसे आपने क्वेश्चन को ठीक से सुना नहीं कई बार, अगर ये गलतियां नहीं होती यू कैन जस्ट ऐड 25 टू दिस, देन योर स्कोर बिकम्स 185. बेयर मिनिमम राजेश इतना मान के चलो 180 तो होना चाहिए. बेयर मिनिमम जिसे कहते हैं ना नेसेसिटी, उसके ऊपर सारा बोनस. और 200 प्लस आ गया अगर तो फिर तो कोई टेंशन है नहीं. अच्छा
आप इंग्लिश में बोलो
ये जब मैंने आपसे पूछा जॉन लॉक, थॉमस होब्स के बारे में आप जानते हो, आप मैक्स वेबर को जानते हो? मतलब हाँ जानता हूँ. थॉमस होब्स के बारे में आप जानते हो? तो पॉलिटिकल थिंकर, पॉलिटिकल साइंस के थिंकर, ऐसा बोलो. जैसे कि मैं तो पबैट वाला, उनसे क्यों पूछा जाए, इंप्रेशन क्रिएट हुआ. पॉलिटिकल थिंकर आपको बोलना चाहिए, पॉलिटिकल साइंस के थिंकर. ठीक है, या पॉलिटिकल फिलोसफी ऐसे बोलिए. और वैसे आपने तो पढ़ा ही होगा होब्स के बारे में. सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पढ़ा है ना, होब्स भी पढ़ा होगा, लॉक भी पढ़ा होगा, रूसी भी पढ़ा होगा, प्रूडो भी पढ़ा होगा. हाँ, कोई बात. आप बताइए बहुत कुछ आप पूछना चाह रहे हैं. ये वाला क्वेश्चन ध्यान रखिए. इमेज प्रोटेक्ट करने का. ठीक है, प्रोबेबिलिटी आप बोलोगे सर, आपको तैयारी तो किया होगा सीनियर मोस्ट ऑफिशियल को. आप जाओगे प्लीज सीएम को बोलोगे, अपोलोजाइज करोगे, लेकिन वो ठीक है अपना जो हो गया सब हो गया.
उसमें भी एक पॉइंट ये होता है कि आपको क्वेश्चन, ऐसे क्वेश्चन भले थ्रो किया जाए, ठीक है, उसका एक और भी तरीका होता है कि देखिए आपको देरी हो रही है तो आप इन्फॉर्म तो करोगे उनके पीएस को कि आपको बताइएगा मेरे को, मतलब मेरी मदर बीमार हो गई है, मेरी बेटी को कुछ हो गया इसलिए मैं था. वो सबसे पहला आंसर होता है. ठीक है, जो आप बता रहे हो कि मैं जस्टिफाई करूंगा अपने दोस्तों से, उसका क्या आपको पहले से ही जस्टिफाई करना होता है. समझ रहे हो आप? तो क्या होगा कि सीएम नाराज क्यों होंगे. अब अगर आप ये बोल दिया आंसर में तो फिर मैं मीटिंग का भी पूछूंगा, वो तो कंपलसरी है.
मीटिंग क्या वैल्यूज चेक करते हैं?
हाँ
सर
मीटिंग का तो कंपलसरी है. क्यों? बिकॉज इट्स अ ड्यूटी. बट इट्स ऑल्सो योर पार्ट ऑफ ड्यूटी दैट यू शुड इन्फॉर्म योर seniors as well as particularly the minister. Minister's meeting is the most important thing. Okay, you must inform the PS2 minister that you are stranded in some maybe in traffic or maybe because of your personal reason whatsoever. Text it, email it if it's possible, whatever the mode of communication. If the phone is not, if its phone is not available, ask your PA to PS to convey the message. कभी किसी का तो फोन लगेगा. हाँ,
तो सोशल मीडिया है. अच्छा एक बात बताओ, कौन सी वैल्यूज चेक हो रहे थे स्पेशल में?
पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट वर्सेस प्राइवेट.
और
dutifulness,
Yes.
responsibility type, responsibility.
Responsibility, accountability,
Hmm.
dedication to public service, commitment to public duty, and how much you live public spirit. ठीक है, और वहाँ आपने जो आंसर दिया वो ऐसा लगा कि भाई मैं ऐसा गलत नहीं हूँ, मैं अपने उनके बिल्कुल देखो
हाँ।
भाई गलत मत समझना मेरे
हाँ।
बारे में, मैं जस्टिफाई करूंगा कि सिंसियर हूँ, देखो कितना माफी मांग लेता हूँ। अरे मीटिंग में क्या हुआ, क्या इशू किया था मीटिंग?
अरे आपने ईओल किया, ज्वाइन करने के बाद दिया, ज्वाइन करने से पहले दिया?
just
हाँ।
join and execute it.
यहाँ ऐसे बैठे बैठे लिख देते ईओल मिल जाएगी, मिल जाती। पहले बोल देते मैं तो ईएल चाहिए, उसके बाद मैं ज्वाइन करूंगा। ऐसा हो सकता है? दैट्स द पॉइंट। आपको लेट होना ही नहीं है, भले ही आपके ऊपर क्वेश्चन ऐसा थोपा जाए, क्वेश्चन कुछ भी थोपा जाए, आपको समझना है कि आपको उसको ट्विस्ट करना है अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से।
Yes.
ठीक है, वो तो कहेंगे कि
ये भी बोलिए कि I'll ensure that I'll not repeat.
आई विल नॉट रिपीट इट, दैट्स अनदर पॉइंट। कि भाई मैं प्रॉपर प्लानिंग करूंगा। अब ये है कि वो कौन सा रीजन आप बोल देते हो, उसके ऊपर ज्यादा रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा है। ठीक है, आप सिंपल ये बोलो कि आई वुड कम्युनिकेट माई रीजन। ठीक है, तो वो ब्रॉड हो गया। फिर अगर वो काउंटर क्वेश्चन करते हैं व्हाट रीजन, फिर आपको उसको बताना पड़ेगा या तो घर का प्रॉब्लम है, ट्रैफिक में फंस गया, गाड़ी खराब हो गई थी, व्हाट्सएवर।
ये बताओ दूसरा पेपर कैसा लिखा है ऑप्शनल कमेंट?
This was a perfect for Hindi.
हाँ, थिंकर थोड़ा यूज किया है? अच्छे से ऐसे कैसे किया है, ऐसे कैसे लिखा है? तो
So CSE related करके बोला.
फिलोसॉफिकल थे सारे तो इस बार।
Last year I got 149.
इस बार पिछली बार से ठीक ही है।
Similarly, I guess one that
अच्छा, और केस स्टडी कैसे किया है?
studies is को बहुत उनका
हाँ।
topic
हाँ।
केस स्टडी भी यूज किया.
हाँ,
थोड़ा डिफरेंट अप्रोच करता है, जैसे आर्टिकल्स यूज किया, कुछ केसेस का नाम यूज किया,
गुड, ठीक है। कुछ जस्टिफिकेशन दिया है, एथिकल जस्टिफिकेशन थिंकर को लेकर? इंडियन थिंकर यूज किए कुछ? बस ठीक है, ठीक है। अब 200 इंटरव्यू में, ठीक है, तो 25 तो ऐसे ही बढ़ रहे हैं। देखो आज का हिसाब 185 था, वैसे तो तुमने खुद खराब किया है। 15 और जोड़ दो इसमें, जो कि जुड़ सकता है से, और 200 प्लस 4 करो। ये कौन सा अटेम्प्ट है? लास्ट अटेम्प्ट। ये और एक बार दे। ऑल द बेस्ट।